right, guys, welcome to Power Hour. Just making sure that OBS is actually talking to the stream. So if you guys can hear me, let me know. Woo! All right. Welcome, guys, to Power Hour. It's really nice to see some new faces. Hey, Nin, glad to see you tonight. So tonight is our artist showcase stream. And what that means is we are going to be looking at some art that was submitted by other artists during the past week. So some of my rules are, I'm just going to go over them really quick just to start off. If the artist is not in the chat, I am not going to showcase their art. I don't want to represent people's work without them being there. And since there is often, but not always, a critique component involved with this, it just doesn't do anybody any good to look at work if they're not in the chat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work in submission order. And if you're not in the chat, I'm just going to skip you until the end. And if you show up, we'll do you, etc. We are only going to be critiquing artists that have selected the critique option. I will go through that with you guys on a case-by-case basis. Otherwise, we're just here to appreciate their art, enjoy their art, give them some praise and some admiration. We will also drop links to their art in the chat in case you guys want to add them on your socials and follow their work more closely. Generally, I prefer that we do compliment sandwiches. If you guys are not sure, hey Hema, good evening. If you guys don't know what a compliment sandwich, it's basically something you like, something they can improve, something you like. Whoa, wow, Princess Pie. I think that's like the limit. I think that's all the entries one can submit. Best of luck to you, and I'm glad you can make it this evening. So generally that's the tone we're going to try to do for our critiques. That way they always have something they can fix, and they always have something that they know works and that they can continue to include in their work. That's the type of critique I find works the best. If things start to devolve in any way, if the person participating is uncomfortable, we will end their portion. If things happen to get ugly, not that you guys have ever gotten ugly, but this is YouTube and things do get wild out here sometimes. If things start to devolve like that, I'm just going to end the chat for the evening. I'm not mad at anybody. I just want to make sure that everybody who participates is protected. So that's the way I can best protect people. We are not going to have a warm-up or a sketch request portion this evening, but we are going to start with talking about the giveaway. So that's something that's a little bit different, and Joseph will drop a link for the giveaway in the chat in case any of you guys have not submitted yet. Hey, Nisa, good evening. Glad to see you. And you can submit your own art for the art request at, the artist showcase at any time during the month. You just need to be in the chat and when we're doing the artist showcase. And that is the form. And as I go through people's stuff, I delete them. It's not anything personal. It just helps me keep track of what we've covered and what we haven't covered yet. Yep, so anybody who submits today will probably be included next month. So we have 7 submissions so far. I was hoping for 4. We got 7, so I'm really happy about that. So that everybody gets a fair amount of time, we're going to aim for completing 4. You can submit one now, but we're probably not going to get to you until the July Artist Showcase, which I'll be out of town, but I should be able to do the July Artist Showcase from the link. That might be the only stream I do while I'm in Louisiana. Words, my brain is just not clicking tonight. Sorry guys, might be kind of out of it. Oh, that's right, yeah. So anything that I showcase on my channel needs to be acceptable for, general audiences. I would say PG to PG-13 at max, because we get a variety of people who watch this channel. I want to make sure that everybody is safe and protected. I personally do not have a problem with adult art. I just can't show it on my channel. All right, so we are going to talk about my ongoing giveaway now. I am celebrating hitting 1 million views here on YouTube, which kind of took me by surprise because I I don't have the most subscribers. I'm not the most popular channel. And my videos don't get all that many views, but we hit 1 million, so let's celebrate. And we decided to celebrate that big milestone by doing an art supply giveaway. So what you guys see on the table here are the goodies that we're going to be giving away. And I have a video where we kind of talk about them, but I thought it would be fun to show them off for you guys. And part of the goal of this giveaway is to generate more subscribers, more interest for this channel, and to generate some subscribers for my insider mailing list, where I basically share way too personal information with you. Well, it's too personal for me because the intro photo is kind of embarrassing for me. So it's a great place if you're interested in kind of learning funny, embarrassing kind of stuff. Whoa, that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing it there, Tyra. That's fantastic. I really appreciate it. That is a huge help. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the supplies that we're giving away. Almost everything included was very carefully selected, and everything included represents some form of what we do here on the channel. So I have here a 24-piece set of the Blick Studio brush markers. These are one of my favorite alcohol markers on the market other than Copic, and they are almost tied with Copic for that. So we have 24 kind of basic colors. This is good enough to get you started, I think. These have a really nice brush tip, and they have a really nice, they're refillable. You can buy the replacement ink through Blick. They're also really affordable. They're like $3 a marker. I'll grab one of my personal ones just to show you guys, but I use these on the channel all the time. So I really like them, and I'm really excited to share them with you guys. So this would be a Copic sketch. This is one of the Blick Studio brush markers. Do that thing that makes people super uncomfortable, i.e. have an uncapped marker for a length of time. So you see it has a nice brush tip. This is a foam rubber brush tip, so it's going to have a lot of give. It's going to be able to deliver a lot of ink to your paper. It has your standard chisel nib. Both of these, they're working on replacements for both of them. You can refill using their inks through this end if you so desire. I'm going to make you guys double uncomfortable now. We're going to take a look at one of my Copic sketches. So you guys can see they're pretty comparable. I use them interchangeably. I find that they work well together. So I'm really excited about being able to give you guys some Blick Studio brush markers because I sincerely believe in them and I always recommend them to people. I didn't think the 24 set though was going to cover all the colors. So we also purchased some additional skin tones. So we bought like 6 additional markers to go with your 24 color set, a colorless blender, light periwinkle for shading skin, latte sepia sand, light peach, and peach blush. And I should point out that everything included in the giveaway has been purchased out of pocket. So these are brand new. They've never been opened. I'm not going to open them. These are also brand new. Since we were going to do alcohol markers, I thought we couldn't do alcohol markers without something to ink with. So I'm also including a brand new set of 3 Pigma Professional brush pens, the FB, the MB, and the BB. I really love these. They are waterproof and they're marker proof. You can ink before or you can ink after you've applied your markers. So I really, really like these as well. And if that wasn't good enough, I decided to include some other things from some of the subscription boxes we've done. So this is a set of Kuretake Gansai Tambi watercolors. It's a 12 color set. I will admit it is gently used. I swatched it in the video where I think it's like the Sketchbox water media box, and I just swatched it on camera, but they're very lightly used. I can clean them up if that's a problem. So you get 12 almost brand new watercolors, and those are going to work well with these as well. You also get a set of Lyra Color Stripe color pencils. I believe I got these in a Sketchbox specialty box as well. As you guys can see, they're basically brand new. What's neat about these is the color stripe is actually the lead. So it's got kind of an oblong shaped lead, and it's got a really cool black body. And then it also comes with a special sharpener, which I don't think I've ever removed it. So these are basically brand new as well. So you get these as well as everything else. And I want to pop this in because I don't want it getting broken in transit. Then you also receive these really cute Harapico bento box stickers. I got these in a Zim Pop. These are brand new, as well as the bento box food flags from Zim Pop. So we've covered sort of unboxing video, like art subscription and stationery subscription unboxings. We've covered alcohol marker reviews. We've covered watercolor. And we've covered inking. Those are all kind of the big things I do on this channel. So I felt like these were a nice little representation of just sort of what we do here. And I've done giveaways in the past, and I have kind of mixed feelings about them, but I'm really excited about how this one in particular is going. And I have Joseph to thank. He set it up. He set up the King Sumo. He decided what the term should be and what the goals are for this. So I want to thank him for kind of taking charge of this. It's a huge help, and hopefully we can help some new people who are looking for art tutorials and art supply reviews. Hopefully we can help them find kind of what they're looking for. And before we dive into the showcase, I just want to remind you guys that the only way this is feasible is with help and support from my wonderful art nerds over on Patreon. It is through their support, both financial and emotionally, that I'm able to continue to do this. And they receive early access to all kinds of things. Like, I've been working on alcohol marker tutorials for my marker classes, and my art nerds receive early access to marker tutorials right now. Like, they've been getting a bunch of them, and I'm just quickly scrolling so you guys can kind of see just some of the goodies that my art nerds get. And they're getting those like months in advance of everybody else. They also get my resource lists from my classes, including my marker classes, but also my making comics and zines classes. So thank you guys so much for your help over the years. I really, really appreciate it. And it's because of your support that I can continue to do what I'm doing here. So I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I enjoy doing it for y'all. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and dive in with our critiques. If you guys are okay with it, I'm actually going to put myself out there first. I don't know, or in the past, I haven't participated in the artist showcase. And it was just because I wanted to give you guys a chance to showcase your stuff. But then I realized that it might be more comfortable for y'all if I put myself out there too. So I am, sorry about that. We can see forever. What I wanted you guys to take a look at and provide feedback on is my YouTube channel. So you should know it because you're here, but it's youtube.com/nattosoup. And there's some things I'm concerned about, and I'm hoping if I get some feedback from y'all, I can improve those things. So one of the things I'm concerned about is my subscriber count. I've been doing this for not full 7 years. We've been doing artist interviews for at least 7 years, but I've been doing the YouTube channel pretty seriously, at least twice a month, since 2016. And I've watched literally everyone else who got started after me way surpass me. So some of my thoughts about this is this channel is not an entertainment channel. I do challenges sometimes, and we do goofy things sometimes, but it's really not intended to be an entertainment channel. It's intended to be a resource for people who are interested in learning comics and people who are looking for art supply reviews that kind of are useful for making comics. So that's where I'm coming from. Currently, I update on Tuesdays and Saturdays. I used to update almost every day of the week, and I got some feedback from a friend that I update too much and they find it hard to keep up with my channel. So I've scaled it back to try and be more accessible in that regard. And also, since we started streaming on Fridays, I thought it was okay to scale back. So we have a lot of like watercolor unboxings, we have some drawing tutorials, we have the live streams. We're gonna have a lot of Copic stuff in the future. But do you guys have any feedback for things you'd like to see, or things that I'm not covering, or things that would be helpful in the future? Oh, hey B, good evening. Something I did do is I signed up for and installed vidIQ, which kind of recommends SEO, and it recommends tags to use, and it also lets you see what other creators are using in their tags, especially people who are comparable to you. And something I did notice that I don't like is that some of the big YouTubers tag other YouTubers in their tags. So if someone were to search for like Ray Dizzle, they would find the channels of people who've also used like Ray Dizzle in their tags. Does that make sense? So I'm not really cool with that. I don't know if that's like a common practice or not. But that's not something, that's the kind of stuff I'm not really comfortable doing, and I'm not comfortable doing anything involving drama or picking fights with other artists. Yeah, basically what Joseph said. So, are the thumbnails helpful? How do you feel about the length of the videos? How do you feel about not the non-live video schedule? So that's everything excluding the streams. And can you tell a video is by its title? And how likely are you to subscribe rather than like you're just Googling and you happen to find my channel? So those are the kind of questions I'm looking for feedback on. And I guess like, are the playlists helpful? That sort of thing. I've been trying to get the videos, generally I've been trying to get them shorter. If I feel like it needs to be longer than 15 minutes, I don't have a problem going over 15 minutes, but I know 15 is kind of the sweet spot. As you guys can see down here, some of my older videos are like averaging an hour. Now my videos are around 45 minutes or shorter, which I know is like, thinking about it, that's still like a big time commitment, but some things just take a really long time to demonstrate. Oh, I'm not comfortable with tagging other artists in, like, it's hard to explain without showing you guys a screenshot, and I'm not trying to call anybody out. Some artists will tag other popular YouTube artists in their tags, even if the other artist is not involved in the video. Or they will tag controversial at the moment topics, like say Photoshop is a hot topic right now. They'll tag Photoshop and Adobe in their videos when it's a traditional media thing. Okay, so you don't really use the playlists and you search for specific things. That's good to know. I do add things, but sometimes that's just so that I can, if I'm talking to people, I can just drop a playlist for them. Um, I've done art challenges in the past, and I do still do them, but I don't do them frequently just because I've been kind of busy. Like I've done a bunch of stuff with cheap art supplies, and I've done in fact, again, what I'd like to do is some of like the limited color challenges because I think those are neat. Are you able to see my screen? Okay, good. All right. So see, I mean, I do some challenges. It's mostly around how to utilize inexpensive art supplies, or like the improvement hell challenge. I used to do the sketchbox and the art snacks challenges pretty frequently. I did art sound off, which is like in the month of November, you do a vlog on a specific topic every day of the month. Yeah. The white text is hard to read. I'll show you something I'm doing now to make it more legible, because I agree with you. Oh, you guys get a sneak peek at all the stuff I've been working on. So like for the giveaway video, for example, if it doesn't disrupt the image too much, I'll put a color selected from the image behind the text just to make it more readable. Because yeah, I mean, I'm working on white paper so frequently that it becomes really difficult to read. So you are definitely right there. Right. Yeah. And see, I'm not really interested in becoming super popular. I'd like to continue serving an actual need, because a lot of those channels don't really do anything to help other artists improve or to share their knowledge. And for me, if I'm just doing comical stuff, then there's no point in me doing YouTube. Does that make sense? So like I respect that that's what they're doing, and I've considered that that is an avenue, but it's not an avenue I think is worth pursuing for me personally. But thank you so much for sharing that feedback. I really appreciate it. And maybe more speed paints. I hate gouache. I know a lot of other illustrators like it. I prefer watercolor over gouache, and I like alcohol markers. I have used gouache though. I'm just not a fan of it myself. And okay, so I'm actually gonna write these down so that I don't forget, and then I can come back to them. And I don't want to take up this whole thing. This wasn't like a ploy to be like, ah ha ha, give me critique and feedback on my channel. So I'm gonna give it 5 more minutes, and then we're gonna switch over to somebody else. I mean, that's why I'm asking you guys too. You guys watch my channel, so like I actually want to do what you guys enjoy rather than necessarily what's popular. I'd rather just make you guys happy. And I couldn't find a notepad, so I'm typing them out. Okay. Hey, Catherine, good evening. Like hearing people talk. Yeah, that's how, like, because I will, like, you'd like just conversation. I used to do that a lot, but my videos would end up like super long. So maybe more vlogs. I was so impressed. Okay, after using those things and fighting with them, and I did it twice because I saw how good your stuff was, and I was like, oh, maybe I can do that because I use watercolor all the time. No, I can't do that. You, Nin, are truly the master at Crayola watercolors because I can't even touch it. Oh, fair enough. Hey, Tanner, good evening. Oh, yeah, and I have a bunch of them still yet to come out. That's the other thing. I'm so slow to make changes because I record a bunch of stuff in batch and then I like slot it out. Like I need to do patron in credits, and that's something we've been talking about forever, and I haven't yet because I'm just slow. Okay, so I'm gonna give me 2 more minutes, but while y'all are talking about that, Nisa is next. So I'm going to go ahead and get Nisa queued up because I know Nisa's here with us this evening. Let me go with individual views. And I'll delete myself. Delete. Get out of here. Wait, I didn't delete Nisa. Okay, good. All right. So, Anissa is open to critique from everyone, and we've got Nisa's Tumblr and Twitter. Ah, cute art again. And thank you so much for submitting your art, Nisa. I really appreciate it. Stream lag. No. That's understandable. And sometimes you missed it, but there was a stream where it kept cutting out so much on my end that it broke it up into 3 videos. Like the lag was that bad. Yeah, that's okay. So that's like the big concern. Again, I don't mind being not super popular. That's fine. What has really been concerning is that for every say 200 subs we'll get, I'll lose like 175 of them, which is really no. No, I thought it was like 175 last. It was high last month. And I don't know what I did other than maybe YouTube culling, which would be fine. I'm not here for inflated numbers, but if I'm doing stuff that's like actively hurting people or making them unsubscribe or making them unhappy, I want to know so I can fix it. So, anyway, we're going to dive on in. Yeah, that's 100% the purpose. I just want to educate and share my experience and my knowledge with other people. And if I have the opportunity to bring other people onto the channel to share what they know, because everybody's experiences are different and people come from such a wide range of artistic backgrounds and so many people have different goals for their art. I'd love to give more platform to that. Thank you, Nin. I mean, that's really my goal it would be really cool to have this like as a podcast where people come on regularly and they show their own stuff. And that's why we do the artist interviews, is to give more artists a platform to showcase their stuff, and also the opportunity for other artists to see someone who maybe is similar to them that they can learn from. Okay, so this is Nisa's really beautiful Tumblr. Nisa participated in our first artist showcase, so we're kind of what's the word, like we're checking back in, and already I'm seeing really nice environmental effect and nice lighting. What I would suggest on the teeth is I would do a little bit, this looks like moss, which is beautiful, and it probably is moss. I can't tell if it's moss or just night, but it's really pretty. What I would suggest is some cast shadow on these teeth, just to make it seem like the moss is on top of the teeth and casting a shadow. And we've got these ominous eyes glowing. And they're very, I would say maybe like, I know they're white and they're supposed to be white, maybe like a blue white or like a red white, just something, because it's like a very harsh contrast with the black, which is great because it pulls your attention in immediately. And what else would be cool is maybe, since these eyes are glowing, a little bit of light, like atmospheric lighting on the character here, just like maybe rim lighting on the face and on the edge of the shield and on the weapon, and maybe a little bit of glow here where the eyes would be. But that's just my 2 cents. I think this piece is really cute though. Well, I say cute. It is. I like your art style. I think this character here is really cute. And I think it is ominous and foreboding. To push the ominousness more and move away from the cute, having heavy cast shadows would really make it feel more like an impending sense of doom, is how I feel about that. Yes, Nisa wanted me critique and chat critique. I did mention that because I went through the thing earlier. That's okay. So, Nisa is looking for input. Oh, Rui again. Oh. And this is Rui's your OC, right, Nisa? Like, you created Rui. Is this character an original character as well, or is it a fan character? Is there a significant lag in the video? Not tonight? Okay, that's good. Yeah, you're right there. you did a really, I really like it anyway. Those are just some additional suggestions to keep in mind. And part of the reason I'm saying that is because when I'm doing the marker tutorials, I'm really thinking about pushing value and contrast more than I even think about it in my own art. So that's just, you know, at the top of my head right now. Oh, is it like a an exchange or a trade? I really like the character design for both of them, and they mesh well together. And also like the sort of ground texture that you've added. It makes it feel like a more coherent piece. Like they're not just floating in space, which I like. And then, oh, ooh. Are they the same character or? I like the block shading with this one. Something, I don't know if it's sparkles or if it's fireflies, but if you just had a little point of really bright light in the middle, it's gonna make it seem like it's glowing even more. Oh, I bet it made that friend really happy. It's such a cute character design. Oh, that's right. Nisa's open for commissions. So if you guys love Nisa's art, it is beautiful. Nisa is open for commissions. And let me drop her Tumblr in the chat so you guys can check it out. And I need to remember to signal boost it on my Twitter after the stream ends too. And then here's more information about art commissions. Since you're looking for commission, or since you're taking commissions, Nisa, something I'd like to see that maybe I've just missed it would be, you know, those commission posts that have like the different styles of commissions, either in like 4 different tiles. So like sketch, inks, black and white color with the different prices, and you can kind of compare them. Or it's got like, I like how I'm gesturing on my desk and y'all can't see. Or it's got like a single drawing of a person in color, and it's like bust, waist up, etc. on all the different prices. So just something like that where all of your commission info is kind of at one place. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry. I have a cluster thing, so it's like the more I look at it, I'm like, it's really nice, but it's also kind of squicking me out. So good job. Good clusters. A+ clusters. Oh yeah, I haven't gotten to that one yet, but that one is really atmospheric. And then these are so cute. Look at those little fat caterpillar bodies. They're so cute. Oh, they're grubs, but they're still so cute. That's right. I think I said last time that I thought you draw really cute. I think you draw really cute. Okay, you do have one of them. All right, I've just missed it. Would you pop it in the chat, and that way I can share it later and people can check it out. Oh my gosh, look at that baby. How is baby held? Oh, this one's really nice too. And I like how you've used the blue to make the green kind of recess into the background. Oh, this one's nice. I like the glow on this one. The only things I would say is have their cast shadow coming onto the ground there, like blocking the light. And maybe more atmospheric lighting on this character, especially because their head is white. The shading on them, if it were like redder towards the center here, it would really seem like it was standing in this open mouth environment. Oh, nice glows. Oh, and you did the atmospheric lighting here too, and that works so well. This one's really nice. Maybe just some harsher shadows like down here under the weapon and then coming on the ground, but otherwise this one is, I mean, in general this one is super nice, and I like the glowy effect. Okay guys, I'm attracted to glowing things. Gosh. Ooh. I see you've really been pushing yourself with the backgrounds too, which is really good. I like seeing your world building. It's really nice. Is this stuff that's, because this is Hollow Knight, right? Is this stuff that's been covered in the game? Or is it stuff that you're kind of inventing? Either way, the environment practice is really good. I'm just curious. All these environments. That's really impressive. I know that must take a lot of extra time. You've really been pushing yourself, which is good to see. This one's really atmospheric, and I love how you have these foreground elements in shadow that kind of makes it feel like we're part of the environment. You've done a lot of work since our last showcase. I know. I'm really, really impressed. Oh, more Rui sketches. Oh, and this is where we left off last time, and it still has like a really kind of Studio Ghibli kind of Nazca effect. You've done some really good work the past couple of months, Nisa. You should be really proud of yourself. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Nisa. I really appreciate you participating, and I love seeing your progress. All right, we've got Tyra up next. I'm excited. I follow Tyra on Instagram, so I'm excited. And you are open to critique from me and from art nerds, and you want better tips on anatomy, making line art, and coloring. So I'm gonna open up your Instagram, and I will drop it in the chat as well. I do not mean to have my Twitter. Sorry, guys. Oh, no problem. I really enjoyed looking at your art. I mean, I always enjoy looking at your art. I follow you on Instagram as well, so I always like looking at what you're posting, but it's nice to be able to like look at it in a sequence. Tyra, do you mind, do you want it specifically for this piece, or do you mind if I kind of go through your Instagram and show people your stuff? I think you draw some of the prettiest shoujo girls I've seen in a long time. I really like your aesthetic. I'm kind of jealous, actually, because you draw really pretty girls. So in terms of anatomy, just as a really general tip, I am always going to plug my homeboy Glenn Vilppu and the Glenn Vilppu drawing manual and his drawing method. And I know the Glenn Vilppu drawing manual is out of print for right now. I think we can kind of get a feel though. Like I think if you're in general having trouble with anatomy in that you find yourself erasing a lot and redrawing things over and over again, having a constructive system of anatomy, which is why I recommended the Glenn Vilppu drawing manual. Sure. I'm going to talk about it generally and then throw a bunch of resources on the Discord, because like talking about anatomy for comics is one of my passion. I love talking about anatomy for comics. Having a consistent system of how you draw people and how you think about the human form can really help a lot. I'm going to go to your main Instagram. I'll link that as well. Also, let me grab Senshi Stock is one of my favorite resources for figure drawing, especially for like manga slash comic slash shoujo art. So this is her DeviantArt, and she's got all kinds of poses. And if I want to draw something and I try sketching it and I can't get it, I go to Senshi Stock. Or I Google person running or person jumping. But I mean, she's really got all kinds of really great stuff. It's hard to find like pregnant reference, for example. So she took a bunch of pictures when she was pregnant with her kid and shared it to Senshi Stock. And then something else I really like to do is Senshi Stock pose timer. When I have time, I've been really bad about doing this, but I used to do this every day. I would spend, you know, like 10 minutes drawing different poses from this pose timer that she's got. And maybe I would do longer poses just to kind of practice. That's true, yeah. Give me a sec. I'm gonna switch the view real quick. So I have, these are from Wish, these are knockoffs. They're not very good either, but even these can be really helpful. For me, personally, it's easier for me to find reference online and then pose the figure in the same view and then draw that, rather than like trying to make up a pose that's realistic. But these can be really helpful because say we're doing a ballet pose, right? You can sort of change your angle so you can get a more dynamic angle. So using like, you know, a regular Google image or a Senshi Stock image plus the Bodycoon and the Body Chan figures, those can be really helpful. I know, all is spicy. Actually, YouTube has content flagged my Body Chan and Bodycoon figures in the unboxing, and they don't have any actual anatomy. Like, I took the camera off, but they don't have any, like, bits. So, I agree with Kino Kitsune. But what I really like about Tyra's art, and it's something that makes me kind of jealous, is Tyra posts a lot of really cute girls like every single day. There's something new. And I'm really envious of like the speed and how cute and how pretty they are. Like their faces are really cute. This style isn't, and take what I'm saying with a grain of salt because y'all know what my art looks like. It's not just another manga style. There's a lot of the artist in this style. There's a lot of personal taste in this style, and I really like it. I really love seeing the manga influence, but then Tyra's taste and Tyra's influence in it as well. Something else I would recommend, I don't know how popular these are, and I also don't know how much you check them out, are like Gothic Lolita style blogs, because they've got some really cute looks. And other than that, I'd like to see you do like draw some people from reference and then include the person, just because I'd like to see how people translate in your style. Something I do want to point out, I like these a lot, but the ones at the top, I feel like, especially this one, her face in this one's really nice. I feel like you hit a level up recently. This one's really cute, and the coloring on this one is really nice as well. And I like that you used alcohol markers, and it looks like you also use color pencils to kind of extend your range, which is really smart. So it seems like you just hit like a new level in your art. So now could be a really good time to push drawing more backgrounds, trying poses from reference and then redrawing the faces, stuff like that. Yeah, that's the thing I'm really kind of noticing is that the torso seems short. And I have a short torso, so I draw people with really short torsos too. And we tend to draw, when we tend to draw people who are built kind of like ourselves. So what I have to do is I have to like force myself to draw longer, to think about the torso as being longer than what I'm drawing it. But I'll also say, not that it's any reason not to practice figures and not to practice clothing, but your faces are so engaging and pretty and you draw hair so well that I kind of don't notice the flaws as much. So I think in terms of appeal, you've got a lot of appeal in your art. So I think once you start putting the time in and really practicing anatomy, and once you get a little bit better with drawing like how the clothes lay on the figure and how the folds go, you're gonna be amazing. So let me look up the Glenn Vilppu. And then there's also stuff for that on like Proco. Let me see. What I'm trying to find is, oh, it's probably going to cost like $1 million because it's been out of print. I mean, I love this book, so I would pay $60, but I don't know that I could tell somebody else to pay $60 for it. But if you find it used, if you find it on eBay, it's a really good one to pick up. Another really good one to pick up, and this is going to get me content ID'd even though I'm on Amazon, is the Andrew Loomis's Figure Drawing for All It's Worth. This book and the Vilppu book I just showed you are how I learned how to draw, and I think you could revisit. I think I could revisit. I think anyone who wants to improve their art could revisit these two books every 2 years, and there's going to be something new that's going to be like a revelation. Proco. There's also Proco on YouTube. They share a lot of free tutorials. This is one of the ones that I keep thinking I need to spend more time working from. Okay, what I would suggest is what I did. So take that with a grain of salt. I got serious about my anatomy when I was 22. And I need to get back to practicing it again. The more time you invest in anatomy, I think everything else kind of gets easier because you kind of already understand how the body is how you're gonna pose the body, and you can start seeing it in your head a little bit better. And then everything else is just Googling reference, just being like 2019, no, Lolita cord. Like just Googling and then going to image search and finding inspiration from there. Like once you've already kind of gotten your anatomy down. All right, so Tyra, thank you so much for allowing us to take a look at your art. It is really, really cute. You draw really, really precious faces. I love how you draw faces. They're so cute. And they have such cute expression too. I really look forward to watching. Since we've started talking, you have improved by leaps and bounds. So I can only imagine how good you're gonna get in the next year. And I look forward to watching your progress. So thank you so much for sharing your art with us tonight. I really appreciate it. All right, so I am going to delete this response just so that I don't get confused. Next up is Hema. Hema also joined us for our first our first artist showcase. So I'm super excited to have Hema again. I know Hema is prepping for a 2CAF in Ann Arbor in June. So if you live in the Ann Arbor, Michigan area, you should definitely go check out Hema's work at that show. And we're taking a look at Hema's Instagram today with some Celestial Princess Sierra stuff. Oh, speaking of, Hema, drop a link to your comic in the chat so people can check it out. No problem, Tyra. I really appreciate it. And I love looking at your art. It was nice to be able to spend like some one-on-one time with it, kind of. So Hema is cool with a critique from me and a critique from the art nerds. And I'm gonna pop, that's not what well, that's fine. That's what I wanted to do. I'm gonna pop a link for Hema's Instagrams. Oh, another mod beat me to it. Thank you, Nin. I'm gonna check that out myself because I like Lolita fashion and I think it's really cute. Oh, no problem. I think other people enjoy your stuff as well. Okay, so we have Hema's really, really, really cute. Who is this cute baby? I'm sorry. My baby, my girl. Sorry. I need a scan of that. So, in case you guys don't know, Hema is a huge fan of Pokemon, particularly Pikachu's. So if you have Pikachu drawing needs or Pikachu bakery needs, you need to hit Hema up. And Hema is so good at drawing in the Pokemon style. But Hema also has a really, 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 really cute personal style as well. And what did you ink this with? Because I can only imagine you used like a technical pen, and I'm just here in awe of your patience because you've gotten really nice line weight on it and the shading is really good. And I still need to give you my old iPhone so you can take better pictures, but this is so cute. Hey, Snack. Cup Snake. And you draw your comic by hand, and I love these word balloons. They're really nice. Look at these expressions, y'all. Hema's expressions are so good. Yep, Hema suggested Pikachu. Okay, so you did use a brush pen. Oh, good. I was worried for you. I was like, your hands. Look at this. This is gorgeous. Your toning has gotten so good. Oh, it looks like Karumori art, kind of. Oh my gosh. Look at those buns. Look at this face, this hungry baby. This is really cute. The sequence is really good too. And then cute digital sticker art. Okay. So Hema makes custom charms. And I'm so, I love it. I love it so much. You know what I'm going to be spending my money on at A2CAF? Getting Kara and Naomi as custom charms. Because what Hema does is Hema buys the charm blanks and then draws it on paper and cuts it out or punches it. I'm not sure which. So it's like an original piece of art. Like that's not a print, that's the art and inside a charm, which is just like such a special, I think that's such a special kind of commission. Of course, your time spent on that must be bonkers. And then we have this cute, precious baby. You guys are gonna have to fill in with the critique part because I'm just loving Hema's art. I can't really think of much more to add. I mean, if it in terms of like an Instagram account, if you're looking to get popular, honey, post a bunch of Pikachus. You draw really cute Pikachus. Just Pika-P this whole thing. Pika-P all over the place. cute child. I know this cute child. You need to draw Pico Libre. Hey, wait a minute. I know this cute child and this cute child. Your custom stickers are also really cute. How long does it take you to do these? And that's it, the end. Do you curate your Instagram? Because I know you draw a lot. And this doesn't seem like all of your work, you know what I mean? Do you try to keep it down to like a pretty quick scroll? Are we just, oh, okay, that is, yeah, I see that, I see that. So it's about 2 to 3 hours per commission, and they're in color too, which isn't bad. What are you charging for them though? Oh, the star ones are so cute. So, this is just my personal input, my personal preference. Some things that I'd like to see from you on your Instagram is I'd like to see more art from you on your Instagram. Promote Celestial Princess Sierra on here, like on update days. If you've got time, slap a little promo image from the comic, because your comic is super cute. I know you'd attract more followers, and I know you'd attract more readers, if that's like one of your goals, if you're looking to build your audience. I'd also like to see more color work from you when you have time, just because color is very attractive and you handle your color really well. I think Kino Kitsune is onto something with a lot of the images that you're posting. Everyone's facing kind of the same way. And I know that when we're sketching, we do, okay, it said it reconnected. Hey guys, sorry about that. I hope it is the same video because I hate when it breaks it up.
When you turn to me is about when it cut out.
Okay, so it actually hasn't cut out that long. All right. Other than that, Hema, I don't know that I really have a lot to critique. I think your art's really cute, and I want to see you share more of your comic work on here, but that's about it. If you're looking to grow your Instagram, and I don't know if you care about that at all, longer descriptions and post dem hashtags, and I could see you getting really popular because Pokemon's crazy popular and your art's really cute. And I will check that. Ooh, pretty art. I'll check that out after the stream. Let me pull up our... So thank you so much, Hema, for letting us take a look at your gorgeous art. And a cup snake! All right. So is Eric in the room with us this evening? Give Eric a chance. Oh, I feel that. I'll just spam them hashtags. Pokemon, cute Pokemon, kawaii Pokemon, kawaii art. I'm going to go grab a cup of water, give Eric a chance to respond if Eric is in here. Actually, that's not a bad idea, Joseph. copying what other artists, what other, like, shoot, I should be doing that too, what popular people are doing, and then just modifying it. I mean, that's basically what vidIQ is suggesting when it shows their tags and their description. Okay, so it seems that Eric has not yet responded. So what I'm going to do is we're going to move on. Is Faye Hart in here? We want to see your selfies, though. Okay, so Eric and Faye Hart, just let me know when y'all are in here. I'm going to try really hard to pronounce this. Correct me if I'm wrong. Onyinyi DA. And basically, if I skipped over someone, I keep them in the queue for the next month, just in case, I don't know, an emergency happened and they had to leave really suddenly. I mean, we almost had to cancel the stream a couple weeks ago because Raccoon got really sick. So I understand that emergencies happen. Or sometimes people just like lay down and take a 20-minute nap and 3 hours goes by. Oh yeah, Raccoon's very fine now, but I was just using that as like an example of like, you know, life happens. I mean, I had to cancel a stream because one of my other cats got really, really, really sick. So I definitely get that life happens, and I think pets is an excellent priority. Sure thing. You could, if you want to go, you could go. You could be done for the evening, Tyra. But please, everybody, go get some water. Hydrate, stretch. If you need to get a snack, go get a snack. If you need a cup snake, go get a cup snake. A catology chart. I mean, we could, if anyone cares. We ran to Sonobana to do a little bit of Japanese grocery shopping and made it just in time. So I definitely understand life happens. All right, we've got Kabocha up next. I know Kabocha's in here, and Kabocha is open to critique from me as well as from you guys. And the comment is, it's already printed, but thoughts on how to improve for future are welcome. And I will open it. Is it this piece in particular, or is it, oh, this piece. I love this piece. I'll drop that in the chat. Hey, no, that's, if you've caught any of the other streams, people are drawing along. I love it when people are just like listening for company. Like, you do what you gotta do. We're here for you. It's all good. Okay, just this piece. Okay. I think just looking at it, my only complaint is that her face is a little bit hard to read. How big did you end up printing this? You ended up printing it pretty big, right? And you ended up printing it with cat prints on their hollow stock, right? So it'd be like shiny. Letter size? Okay, so almost the size I'm looking, because this is a big monitor. So this is almost real size for me. My complaint is her face is a little hard to read because she's so small. In the future, for a print like this, I would simplify her features a bit. Just like, you know, the dots and then the eyelid on top. Because, I mean, I've seen it really close up too, and she's really pretty. But I think it's just too much detail in a small space. Like with her hair, You also have a lot of like beautiful swirling lines to give it volume, but you colored it, and the coloring gives it volume as well. So you could get rid of some of the line art lines in her hair and just leave like the big masses of her hair. But it's beautiful and it's really atmospheric, and I love like the crazy lens flare you got. I guess another small complaint is the bokeh effect. The circles are the same size and they're kind of close together. Like if you'd had like three big ones and then like some smaller ones, but that's me kind of nitpicking. Like when I first opened it, I was like, "Oh, it's so pretty." And I've seen it before and I thought it was pretty then. So like the fact that you got me to be like, "Oh," twice is like pretty good. Oh no, where did you lose me? Is it out or is it just out for kabocha?
I think it's just out for kabocha.
Okay. Since we're talking about your work, I'm just going to talk until you tell me the stream has cut back in for you guys, or for you personally. Or I guess I could type it. Is the chat working? I hope you have this piece at SPX because I'm really looking forward to seeing how it looks in person with the holographic printing. I think it's going to look really nice. I kind of wish they did spot hollow, because having just maybe the see, I want more than just the bouquet as hollow, but definitely like strategic hollow would look so cool. Sorry about it cutting out. Did you hear me talk about spot hollow at all? I know that's not an option. I'm just like pie in the sky. Is it storming over there still? I think it would also be super pretty with pearl printing rather than hollow printing. And I have some pearl prints, so I can show you what I'm talking about. Pearl prints really get like this depth of color that my other prints don't have. So like just looking at how colorful and pretty it is already, pearl would look really nice. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you could do like hollow stickers and then yeah, I gotcha. But this is a really pretty piece. What show are you debuting it at, or have you already debuted it? I'm like messing with my Figma figures off camera, and I'm thinking I need to be messing with these things more. Use more reference, always more reference for me. But this is a really pretty piece, and I look forward to seeing it in reality and seeing how that hollow print looks. Oh, sure. See, and I think my problem is I know about this character, so I'm not even wondering that because I know. And I knew that before I saw this piece, because this is part of Linked.
Yeah, makes sense.
Joseph wants more story. Oh, sounds like you should read the comic. Let me grab a link. Wow, is it gonna make you approve me posting a link? Lols, lols, lols. My stream. Post the link. Let's see if it'll let me do it. Ah, Joseph, post it. I can't, it's like, y'all can see the screen, so I guess y'all know. Oh, internet. Ooh, thank you. What is with, that worked. I don't know. It's my stream, YouTube. Anyway, yes, y'all should be reading this gorgeous webcomic. It's free to read. It is masterful tone. Yeah, YouTube smacked me like 3 times. And then you can learn more about this character in this piece. All right, thank you so much for sharing that with us, Kabocha. I'm deleting you. All right, Calvin. And Calvin, I'm pretty sure you are in the chat. Just say like, hey, and we can get started. Calvin has given us a link to their work. They are okay with a critique from me, a critique from the art nerds, and there are no comments. And you do not want me to share your social media, which is totally fine. All right, that's all I need. Confirmation of presence. Ooh, oh yeah. I really like your trees in the background. That's something I really struggle with myself, is like painting small trees, because mine turn into muddy blobs, and yours have really nice lighting on them and then really nice shadows on them, especially over here in the grass. And I also love that you've introduced some red over here as well as into the grass. It makes for a really vibrant, visually bouncy piece. I also like how your blue shadow color is harsh against the grass, like it's distinct against the grass, and then it blends up into the trees. That's a really visually interesting and exciting area on this piece. I like that technique. I might steal that technique. I also really like that you've done a fill with yellow and then a blue-green, and then did the individual grass strokes, and how up here in the distance they get taller, and they also are more sporadic, so we've lost some of the detail, which is great because it really gives this, it really feels like distance. And then your water and the reflection of your water is really nicely done. Like this is this, how big is this? I imagine this as like a 4x6 kind of thing, and it's like just such a nice little jewel, you know what I mean? Like your sky is really pretty. It just feels like a very peaceful moment. And I'll drop this in the chat. I also really like your Honko stamp. Okay, so A5. How big is A5, Joseph?
Bigger than A4.
Come on, dude. Show me with your hand. Actually, wait a minute. Yeah, hit that refresh. I mean, I think the clouds do kind of fade off. I felt like they faded into the distance myself, but that, I don't know, it's one of those eye of the beholder things. I have these tiny Japanese packs of paper, and I'm looking for one to be like, this is A5 or this is A whatever, because I'm an American who doesn't know her sizes. Oh, perfect. Okay, awesome. Okay. Thank you both. Okay, so yeah, that's around what I said, like 4x6-ish. Yeah, see, that's like such a nice little jewel size. I really like it. And do you mind if I click around? I know this is the piece that we're discussing, but do you mind if I click around and check out some of your other stuff? Because in the last stream, I think you linked your art and I took a look at it. And I really like that you have all of these, like, I assume they're all similar in size to this. So I really like that you have like a bunch of these really pretty watercolor studies. And I'm really envious because I really miss doing watercolor studies, and yours are really nice. And I feel like you're not overthinking it. Well, it is really, I really like it. Oh, okay. We've got some nice tree studies here too. And then we have, and see, the thing is, you're working fairly small if these are all the same size. So I think you're getting a lot done in a really small format. And I think you're accomplishing some really nice things in terms of like contrast and shadow and texture too. I think your biggest problem is you being too hard on yourself. And maybe the paper, because I see that you're trying, to me it seems like you're trying to build up a lot of saturation and the paper's not letting you do it. Am I understanding what I'm seeing? But if you were to look at a similar scene in real life and it was like very verdant and green, I feel like there would be a harsh contrast between the branches and the trunks and the green. I mean, not with every type of tree ever. Yeah. Oh, I like how you handled the reflection here. This is really nice. And this is like 4x6, so that's just, I really like this house as well. And then there's even some shading here underneath the gingerbread, which is like that scalloped edge at the top, which kind of gives this nice um depth. It makes it have depth. My brain is not working tonight. A baby Pepsi. Okay, so you're aware that the paper is a problem, but the thing is, you're doing some really nice stuff on that paper. Again, I think the paper is going to be your biggest enemy. Like with the water lily, maybe what I would do differently is I would put the blue and the red down at the bottom where the stem is to contrast with the stem, and then put the green up at the top, and then just do like some really nice strong rim lighting on the petals, like the sun's hitting it. But it's not a bad piece, it's just a different artist making a different decision, you know what I mean? And I really love that house. And the tree studies here are really nice too. And you paint a lot of water, and you're really pretty good at it too. Dang, look at that with the reflection. And I can see the growth from this one to this one, and this one also has a really nice reflection in it. I like your tonal studies as well. And you've also captured some really nice dramatic lighting in this one. If you're looking for a nice paper that's inexpensive, I personally would say get Arches that's tape bound and then cut it down smaller, because you can get the 9x12 pads for like $14 USD, and it's like 15 sheets, and then you would get about four cuts out of a 9x12. So that's 4 times 60 sheets for about $14. But I think you're doing some really good work, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of it. Do you have an Instagram? Would you mind dropping? If you do, would you drop a link for it? I don't have a DeviantArt, but I'd love to follow your work. Thank you also so much for sharing your art with us. Really love seeing another watercolor artist's work. So thank you so much, Calvin. All right, so we have 3 people who are MIA tonight. So we are looking for Eric, we're looking for Faye Hart, and we're looking for Oni. And if they're listening, they may not. That's fair. Honestly, Twitter and Instagram, that's a lot of extra stuff to be juggling. And also, I have a carryover from our first showcase. Is Zorlita in here as well? We can do yours tonight if you're in here. So while we wait for them, I guess y'all can watch me be weird and play with my body coon figures. Not like a weirdo, not at all. My keyboard, but I have to like do a weird thing with my camera. It's gonna be weird, Joseph. See, you're gonna see like my messy floor. No, I'm not okay with that. Can I? Let's find out. No, it will not. Will not move. Sorry. Joseph wanted me to show you guys my keyboard because he gave me keycaps for like a birthday present. And they're really cool keycaps. And then I got excited and I bought rubberized like grippy grip keys to go with it. So, anyway, I guess they're not here with us tonight. So I really appreciate you guys submitting your art. I appreciate you guys letting us take a look at it and discuss it. I hope it was helpful for you guys. You guys definitely gave me some stuff to think on, which is great. That's the point of doing these sort of things. Before I say goodnight to you guys, I'm going to show you something I'm working on. Let me move these things out of the way. I'll be right back. So the colors on camera are not quite right, and I'm not finished with this yet, but it is the cover for volume 2 of 7-inch Kara. So I've been painting this and working on marker tutorials this week. I know, I feel like I'm almost done. What I really need to do is I need to finish Kara's hair, and then I'm going to go in with color, like watercolor Derwent Inktense pencils and add some additional details, kind of tighten things up, and then go in with white gouache and just like pull some highlights out. So I'm pretty happy with it. What's she carrying? She's fishing. So, oh, what'd she catch? No, Hema asked what she's carrying. She's carrying a fishing pole and she's pulling one out. Is it hard to read? If it's hard to read, I need to like do something to make it. So the thing is, this is masking fluid. So I'm going to remove the masking fluid and it's going to like leave white of the paper, and then I'm going to either leave it white or I'm going to do like a very thin gray line and then put some white contrast on it. So it's, yes, I'm thinking along the same lines, but you can't tell because the point of masking fluid is it lets you paint over it. So that way I could do the grass without like trying to leave just like this thin fishing line. What'd she catch? Probably a minnow, maybe a frog. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. So I wanted to show you guys because that's what I've been working on. I'll take your critiques though. We can end with me. How did she not get eaten alive by bugs? I mean, in chapter 8, she asks how to not get eaten up by mosquitoes. She asks her dad that. But that's like a really good. They're probably like this big for her, so she just punches them out of the air. Oh, no. This small is a bug deterrent. Did I work back to front? Let me see if I understand what you're asking. So back to front. For the grass? Yeah, so I would do like a very light wash of green. I started up here and I worked my way down, and then each layer I'm covering less. Is that what you meant? On the grass? I feel like the answer to that is yes. I worked from very light and watered down to very concentrated, and from like a yellow green. So what I did was a wash, and it was like green hooker's green, to like green gold, and then I painted over that as well. Okay, sorry. I know as watercolor people, we invent our own terms sometimes, so I wanted to make sure we were like thinking about it the same way. Well, I mean, there are some dragonflies that are like this big in Louisiana. Those were like the Grail dragonflies, flies, and I never caught one. Also, I play fast and loose with scale. Oh, those aren't rocks. Those are cypress knees. No, I think the blue tape, honestly, I'm going to try to find a white crepe paper tape because I think the blue tape messes with my eyes. I've used brown watercolor tape before, but the problem with that is it's meant to literally be cut off the paper. You can't remove it. So that's not a solution. But maybe if I can get a wide white crepe tape somewhere, because I think the blue messes with my camera. So I'm sure it's messing with my eyes. Ah, thank you, Nin. Oh yeah, that's been my big watercolor journey, is trying not to have mud on the page, because my early pages are pretty muddy. And I still get muddy sometimes, but grass is something that I'm pretty good at. Pretty okay with. Especially since we're not painting little strokes of grass. Like, I liked how Calvin handled his grass because it didn't feel muddy at all. It was enough detail that you knew it was grass, but it wasn't so much detail that you get lost in it. And like, the plus side of painting a tiny person with huge grass is that you can do more of the detail, and it just feels, I hope, it just feels like you're part of that world. Yeah, this is arches. Words. Oh, and yeah, I know you can't, Nin. I saw you tweet that earlier. Anyway, my camera does funny things to the color on the stream too. So like, this isn't what y'all are seeing, is not how it looks. I wonder if there's something I can put in for contrast so you guys can kind of tell how much it. This is, oh, I do have a color card. I was gonna say that is white, but I do have a color card. Whatever. If I can find it real quick, I'll show you. Yeah. If I'm doing early morning though, I need to paint in some dewdrops. And I've been kind of debating whether I was gonna do dewdrops or not. Okay, so this is white. This is a really pure blue. This is a really, this is a really sunny yellow. This is like a lime green. This is a bright orange. Just to give you guys some context. It's really muted out. But that's why I take pictures of it and share them on my Twitter. And even those are kind of weird because the blue tape, like I said, messes with my camera. Living that grass life. Oh, this is a color. Let me get all the dust off. This is a color checker. So you basically use it to calibrate your camera so it picks up colors correctly. Yeah, what Calvin said. So it's not like it's not like paint swatches or something. It'd be really neat. Actually, I should do my Peerless watercolors in this format just for like lulz. Yeah, you can use it on photography. You can use it to color correct videos. When we used to pay someone to edit videos, he had like the information How is that information captured? Like other than like a oh, he had like the 3D LUT chart for it. Hey, Zuzu-chan, good evening. 3D LUTs. What a ice fountain. Very nice. All right. Sorry, guys. Anyway, I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out. I feel like this was a good artist showcase. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I want to thank you guys so much for submitting your own art to the showcase. I really appreciate it. I know it requires a degree of trust, and I am touched that we have that trust together. Yeah, now you know what I'm talking about. I mean, the story takes place in Louisiana. I gotta represent. Yeah, thank you guys so much. I'm gonna try to do another artist showcase in July. The only reason I may or may not be able to, and I'll let you guys know in advance if I can't, the only reason I may not be able to is because I'm gonna be in Louisiana that weekend. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna let my family know that I'm doing an artist stream, and that they need to like give me some space. Give me some space, Mom. Gosh. That might be real weird. We'll find out. Your stuff's not a mess. But yeah, Tanner, you gotta do the artist showcase sometime. Allie did it, so it's your turn next. And tell her I said hey, and I need to respond to y'all's text message. I haven't not read it. I just haven't responded. Yeah, Hema A2CAF! So that is like the 15th of June. If you guys are in the Ann Arbor area, you should come hang out with us. And I will see you guys again really soon. No, Calvin, you say that, but that is exactly, we don't have basements in Louisiana, but other than basement, it's going to be me being like, hey, because my mom, my brother, and my aunt live in my childhood home, or I guess it's my mom's house, whatever. And I'm going to stay with them while I'm teaching in Louisiana for a couple of weeks. So it gets very cramped. It's 4 adults in a very tight space. So it's basically going to be like, hey guys, y'all need to leave me alone for 2 hours while I talk to internet people with the internet. Oh, we're flying. That's in Detroit. And I'm in Nashville. That's how many hours is Detroit and Nashville? It
would probably be 12.
If we drove, yeah. It's a 12-hour drive.
It might be like 9 or 10.
Yeah, it might. Oh, Tyra, you should look into doing Cartoon Crossroads because that's in Columbus, Ohio, and I hear really good things about that. I put in for it, but I got waitlisted. So, but you should go check it out if it's anywhere near you. And Nancy's got it. They are pools. Best I could do would be like the attic. All right, guys. I'll see them next week, right? We'll have like a normal stream next week. I ask you like you're my manager, but it's really up for me to decide. Anyway, we'll probably do a stream next week. Let me know using the request submission form, which I will drop real quick for you guys. Let me know if there's something in particular you want to see covered in the stream or something, I don't know, like we could do a challenge for the stream. Maybe you guys will issue a challenge and I'll have to live up to it. I'm down for that. That's what the request form is all about, is you guys asking to see stuff. Would you drop the link to the request form? No, the other one, where it's like the character request form, but it's not just for characters. And this is just stuff I'm giving you like a sneak peek, although I think my art nerds are going to get this a lot sooner. And tomorrow, people in my class are going to get this. This is just stuff I've been working on this week to prep for my coloring people with Copic class. So I've been pretty busy. This is new. It's a really not super satisfied with the hair color chart because the red isn't really red enough. And blonde is surprisingly hard to do with just Copic markers, not using other brands of markers, because their yellows are really, it's like very yellow, like sunshiny yellow. So Joseph posted a link. If you guys want to do a challenge together, say it. Fill out the thing. I'm down to do it. If I have the materials, I'm happy to do it. If I don't, it'll take a little longer, but we can do it then. You can also do challenge requests. Like, I challenge you to the 3 marker challenge. Oh, yeah. This one. And then this is kind of how they shake out if you're coloring little people. The class is at the Nashville Plaza. Do I have a thing for it? Somewhere. I don't know where it is. Let me type it out because my brain is not working. I would do the color. They could be awful, Kino Kitsune, and I'll still do them. Fill it out so I actually will do it, though, because I've been meaning to do the colors of the month stuff since I've been doing more stuff with markers anyway. So I think that's, oh, and this is me. I selected triad, so 3 blending colors from all of the color families with 2 for skin tones. Just as kind of like what's the least amount of markers you could get away with and still be able to render something. And then I colored her using just the colors in this. Talk like Yu-Gi-Oh! The whole. I can do the Joey Wheeler impression, though, the American. Hey, you. Once I start that, it never ends. Me and a friend of mine did it all during Furry Weekend Atlanta, and it was bad. Chris was about to kill us. We were so annoying. We were like crying because we couldn't stop. You know when you start doing a bad accent and you can't stop doing a bad accent, and then people are insulted because they think you're making fun of them, but really you're just an idiot and you can't stop talking in a bad accent? That is exactly what happened. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. And hopefully the class goes really well. We'll see. That sounded like a threat. I didn't mean it like that. Oh, yeah. South Florida. That's too far. Most of these are going to end up on the channel anyway, though. It's just a matter of time. And this is my first time teaching a coloring people class with Copic, so we'll see how that goes. I'm excited for it and also kind of nervous. Hopefully the nervous just keeps me honest and keeps me on my toes. All right, you guys, have a good evening. I'm actually saying goodbye now. Good night, guys. Good night. Good night.